Hello, this is Merrick Mori from SecurityGate. Let's get started with learning how to create an IEC 62443 2-1 assessment within the SecurityGate platform. Please ensure that you have an entity specified in your portfolio before proceeding with creating an assessment. To get started with creating the assessment, click on the Assessments tab on the left navigation column to reveal the ISA and IEC standards section. Click on the ISA and IEC standards to be presented with the ISA and IEC assessment management page. Click on Schedule New Assessment to begin the assessment creation process. Provide an identifiable name for your 62443 2-1 assessment and assign it to an entity. Select a primary contact from the specified entity for the assessment. Choose a due date and then the assessment type. For this walkthrough, I will be using the 2024 revision. Because I plan on completing this assessment personally, I will select the checkbox below. Optionally, select a reviewer if you'd like a user to review the assessment before it is considered completed. Proceed with the next tab at the top of the assessment scheduler. In the Domain Target tab, you may specify an overall target score at the assessment level, or specify individual score targets at the domain level. Any assessment answer that scores below the target is considered negative upon assessment evaluation. In the Zones and Conduits tab, pressing on Add will let you add to your Zones and Conduits bank. Any information added within this bank will be globally persistent across assessments. Each zone or conduit requires a name and optionally a description for each. After creating each item to the Zones and Conduits bank, be sure to select the checkbox next to each and then press on the Select button to confirm your choices for the assessment. In the Systems tab, pressing on Add will let you append to the Systems bank. Any information added within this bank will be globally persistent across assessments. Each system requires a name and optionally a description for each. After creating each item to the Systems bank, be sure to select the checkbox next to each and then press on the Select button to confirm your choices for the assessment. In the Components tab, click on the Add button. You will be presented with the Components bank. You may manually add each component by clicking on the Add New button, or if you're utilizing SecurityGate's Nozomi integration, press on Add New Nozomi. Once again, after creating or importing each item to the Components bank, checkbox each component you like to include for the assessment before pressing on the Select button. In the final two tabs, feel free to add any assumption items or attach relevant files. Press on the OK button at the bottom of the assessment scheduler to finalize the assessment creation. You will see the newly created assessment populate within the ISA IEC Assessment Management page. Simply begin the assessment by clicking on Start Assessment. You will be presented with an introduction page that contains an informational overview of the IEC 62443 2-1 assessment. Proceed to the next tab to begin providing responses to each control question. Feel free to resize columns, view supplementary information for each control via the question mark buttons, and provide your maturity score for each control in the drop-down selection. Additionally, you can add observations, attach files, and send messages to fellow team members. Click on the Assign Questions button at the top of the assessment page to view the Assessment Multi-Responder portal. Here, you may assign questions for specific users to respond to. To view a set of questions in a different category, use the drop-down menu at the top of the portal. Click on the Unanswered Questions button at the top of the assessment page to view any questions that are missing responses. Also, view the included answer legend at the bottom right of the page to better understand what each answer value represents to improve response accuracy. Once all responses for each tab have been completed, click on the Submit Assessment button at the top or bottom of the page. You will be presented with your completed IEC 62443 2-1 assessment with your risk score displayed on the right. Feel free to contact a SecurityGate representative if you have any further questions. Thank you for watching.